Hey everybody, it's Ohayon from Restore Your Core. And in this video, I am showing you the 3 and actually 4 things that you want to make sure you're not doing when you're engaging your core for any exercise. So you may have noticed that I post a lot of exercise videos and workouts on my Instagram page, and I always say, don't bear down and don't brace and don't bread loaf, and people are like, what is that? What is that? So this video is answering those questions. So I'm not teaching optimal core engagement here because I do that in so many other free videos. I am showing you the 3 B's, the triple B threat. Okay, so it's the triple B's. It's actually kind of 4. I'll talk about that. B number 1 is what I get asked about a lot, which is what does it mean to bear down, or how do I know if I'm bearing down? So you'll see me write in a lot of my videos, make sure you don't bear down, especially if you have core and pelvic floor dysfunction. So what does that mean, make sure you don't bear down? Put your hand, if you're comfortable, put your hand right between your legs, okay? And you can do this over your pants, and just go ahead, so you're between your legs on your perineum. Your perineum is the skin between your vagina and your anus, or you can be right on your vaginal hole, right on your vaginal entry. And all you're gonna do is exhale and push down like you wanna push a baby out, or like you wanna make a poo. So just push down. And as you do that, don't you feel, maybe, that everything gets more full, everything gets thicker, fuller down there? That's bearing down. So go ahead, stop that. And you can do that a few times. You can do it the way I'm doing it. You can do it lying down on your back. So it'd be simply where you're lying down on your back. You can do the exact same thing. Okay, so, and yes, it takes a special level of I don't give a crap to be on TV, on Facebook, putting my hand on my vagina. So that's bearing down. We want to make sure in action, when we are exercising, kettlebell swings, core workouts, hands and knees workout, whatever it is that we are doing, that we are not bearing down as we engage our core. Again, how you engage your core appropriately is a different video, and I have it. So we'll link to that somewhere else. So that's the bearing down. The next thing I'd like to talk about is no bulging. What does it mean to bulge your abs? Just put your hands on your belly, and imagine that someone's about to kick you in the stomach hard, and go ahead, kind of push your stomach out hard, push it out hard. That's bulging, but that's actually more bulging with a strong bracing. So bracing is another one of the triple B's. So bearing down was 1. Bulging is when your abdominals push out when you do a core exercise. Let me try to demo that. I'm gonna lay on my back. Yep, you guys can see me. Here's my body. Do you see my stomach do that? So let's say I go to do a tabletop, and I'm here, okay, all is fine and good. Now I want the other leg up. See what happens to my core? Now when I do that, I'm bulging. My abdominal wall is bulging outward, bulging out. And that is not what we want when we engage our core. So, and bulging goes hand in hand with bearing down. When you bulge, you will generally bear down. So again, this is all increasing intra-abdominal pressure, which is not what we want to be doing when we have a core and pelvic floor issue. And then the third one is bracing. And bracing is what I discussed a second ago. It's basically like a hard, fast, quick bulge. And don't confuse that. Some people call a really good core contraction. In some worlds, a really good core contraction is called bracing. So that's not the bracing I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a good TVA contraction. I am talking about a strong, hard, like it's hard, oh my God. And I see a lot of my clients do that in plank. So they come onto their hands and knees, and everything is fine here, one leg fine. They go to get the other leg up, and boom, oh, they brace, and they push everything out. As opposed to being able to get into it with your core moving in. And again, we discussed that in other videos. So bracing is also a no. So bracing, bulging, and bearing down. And I said that there's kind of a quadruple B threat. So the 4th one would be breath holding. And we never, ever, ever want to hold our breath when we do our core work. It's completely counterproductive. Why? Because the core muscles, when you're training your core to be really reflexive, to be responsive, to be automated. And in order to do that, you need the system of the core to be working together, and your breathing is a huge part of the core system. So breath holding is a no. So when you do your core work, no bearing down, no pushing down into your vagina, like pushing everything down, down, down. That's a no. No bracing, no hard, strong stomach contracting, pushing it out, and no bulging, none of your abdominal wall pushing outward. A very common place where I see that happen, and if you want to feel it in your body, lie on your back. Go ahead, lie on your back, straighten both of your legs, and lift both legs up together. My stomach is totally bulging out. It's actually impossible to do this move without bulging. So for those with core and pelvic floor dysfunction, I definitely don't recommend that move whatsoever, or any move that brings you into the triple or quadruple B threat. Okay, so that's the video. Ask me any questions, and be sure to find the video on how to engage your core optimally, because that's really important. Bye.